What's up, you guys? It's your boy Scuba Diver here with another video. Today's video is going to be we're going to be talking about is it dangerous diving to 30 feet? Now, it could be, but if you have proper training, it won't be. And you can see the chart behind me. I put the feet on the feet, the 10 feet, 14 feet, 15 feet with no training. That's like in the swimming pool, so you don't need any training for that. But we do need training for 20 feet and beyond. So if you're going 20 feet and beyond, down to 30 feet, you should have the proper training, because it can be dangerous if you don't have the proper training. So that's why that's why you need to get the proper training in order to do this. Because going down to 30 feet, you need to know what you're doing on equalization. You have to equalize at each of these, but you have to equalize at each of these depths. Now, like 20 feet here, 25 feet to 30 feet, but you have to equalize to each depth. But we'll talk about that in another video on the equalization. But right now we're talking about this right here. I mean, the 10 feet is sometimes in the swimming pool, but you might still need training for this, but it's not really that important for this, so right here. But you do need the training for 20 feet and lower. That's why we have the dive shops and the classes. That's why we take the classes on that. That's why we take the classes for this, because it's very important to have the proper training, to know what you're doing and what equipment you need to do it. Because if you don't have the proper equipment, now I know free diving is different, but even they get the proper training. Even the free divers, they get the proper training before they do that. So because they're diving without a tank, they're just diving with just the fins and the mask. So they're just diving with that. We're diving with the whole gear, with the cylinder, with everything. So that's why we have to have the proper training. That's why we have the proper training to go down here. And I forgot to mention too, I can dive up to 60 feet here, like you see on the board here. I can dive up to 60 feet, but I don't. I only dive up to like 45 feet, and I forgot to put that in there too. I forgot to put 45 feet in there. And 48. I dove, that's the lowest. Actually, I've been to 58 feet is the lowest I've been to. I've been to 58 feet. That is the lowest I've been to. I almost made it to 60 feet, but it's pretty, it's pretty cold. Once you get below 48 feet, it gets pretty dark. It gets pretty dark. Once you get below 48, it gets dark down here. It's cold. It starts getting cold as you go down. As you start to go down further, it gets cold. So that's why we You know, that's why we train. We train for these depths here, especially for this depth, for 60, 45, 48, 50 for me. But they can go deeper, but I don't. I don't go deeper. What we do, that's why we have the training for this, and if anybody has any comments or any questions, you know, feel free to put them down in the comment section, and we'll do like a Q&A if you want to do any questions or comments. Put them down in the comment section. And so I hope you are learning something here today on this, on the depth, on the feet. I get this question a lot. I get this question a lot from people, you know, saying, is it safe to dive down 30 feet? And I say, well, it is if you have the proper training, like I got. I'm going in my 8th year. I'm on my 8th year of being certified, because I got certified back in 2017. Like you see on my previous videos, and if you haven't seen them, go and check them out on how I got started on scuba diving and how I became a diver. So I basically, that's why I got training to do this down these feet here, down to here, down these feet. So that's why I got training down there. I got training for those feet there because I went through the process of getting trained. You know, I had the proper gear, and I highly suggest, if you want to do this here, if you want to do that, make sure you get the proper training, because it can be. It's fun. It's fun scuba diving and that, but without the proper training, it won't be. It'd be dangerous. So don't do it unless you know what you're doing. Don't do it unless you know what you are doing at these depths, because these depths here, not so much up here, because this is like in the swimming pool. You know, so that's sometimes like in the swimming pool depths there, but that's, but when you're going, but when you're playing with these here, when you're playing with these depths here, that can be really hard, because you don't want to play with these depths. These depths are not fun. And we will talk about, in the future episodes, we'll talk about what can happen if you come up fast at these depths. But we'll talk about these on a later episode. So we'll talk about these in a future video on what can happen if you come up too fast. But for right now, these are the depths that you need a proper training on.
Yeah, that was feet.
Yeah, so that's why I want to do my video. Dang. But yeah, anyway, this is what we do need the training for. Because these right here behind me is what we need the training for, to be able to go down to those depths. But yeah, again, it is and could be dangerous if you don't do it right. So hope you guys, hope you all learned something today, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you don't miss a single upload. And I will catch you in the next one.